Hello everyone. Yesterday we discussed about the manufacturing sectors. We discussed about the classification of different types of industries. We discussed about how the different industries they work accordingly, according to their mode of working, according to their type of working, according to who is owning, who is managing, who is doing, who is owing all these assets, who is managing all these assets. We have done all this. And we were on the topic about, we were discussing about the textile industries yesterday, and textile industries occupies a very unique position in manufacturing sector. And in textile industry we discuss about cotton, because cotton textile is very important as far as the contribution to the GDP and national income is concerned, and as far as the employment is concerned, giving employment to millions of people directly and indirectly, and also contributing to the income of the country and the gross domestic production of the country. About textiles, about cotton, India is very famous to export its cotton to USA, UK, Russia, France, and 1/4 of the total foreign trade of India account for cotton yarn. India is known for raw cotton and had been the original place of cotton in the world. So we are ahead in the production and in the export of cotton, not only yarn but also the ready-made garments. Earlier, when there was colonial rule, cotton textile industries were mainly concentrated. They were mainly located. Concentrated means they were at a place. Concentrated in certain pockets of India, like you can say Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. Only these pockets were, these areas were famous for the production and with the supply of cotton. The reasons were that the whole black soil area, Deccan Plateau, that is having black soil, and black soil is best suited for the cotton production, so there was proximity of the raw material. Moreover, these areas were technologically they were advanced, and there were very good port facilities. And Britishers, the colonial government, they never wanted to invest money in those areas which they didn't require, because it was very easy for them to send and bring the different raw materials, to send cotton textiles to the other countries through the ports. Ports were there. So these were certain factors. Moreover, it was hot and humid climate. Because of the hot and humid climate, the cotton yarn which is produced in these areas, Maharashtra, Gujarat, is quite good, is quite durable. So most of the industries were there. But after independence, our government tend to diversify these industries. Diversify, I have told you, setting up industries in different parts of India, setting up industries in different tribal and backward areas, and also setting up industries in different areas to give scope to the local crafts, to give scope to regional crafts, regional art, regional weaving, etc. One more thing important about the textile industry in India is that this industry is complete in its value chain. In its value chain, the industry is totally complete, from ginning, spinning, dyeing, embroidering, printing, packaging, everything is done in India. So we are not dependent on any other, we are self-sufficient in this. So it is complete in its value chain also. And when the industries were diversified, local crafts, regional style of weaving, style of printing. For example, in Gujarat it was tie and dye, in Jammu and Kashmir it was brocade work, in Banaras it was brocade work, in Punjab it was fulkari work. So all these regional crafts, regional embroideries, regional designing came in the cotton textile. So the industries made strides. Before the coming of the Britishers, it was only handloom production. People used to weave khadi, and it was very coarse, but it was very famous outside. It was in great demand outside India. But when Britishers came to India, they set up power looms, they set up different types of industries Today, about 80% of the cotton textile industries are working in the private sector and only 20 are working in the public sector, and giving employment to millions of people, directly and indirectly, more than 35 million people. Directly, they are involved in the industrial work, and indirectly bringing raw material, taking materials to the market, and working on the ports, etc. However, the industry suffers with certain challenges, because in every industry, when we will discuss this chapter, different types of industries, we will also discuss the challenges faced by the industries, because secondary sector is also suffering with so many problems. So there are certain problems of the cotton textile industry. So first and the foremost problem is synthetic fiber, because synthetic fiber is cheaper, durable, so people tend to buy synthetic instead of cotton. So the demand is a bit declining. Second thing is, we have very outdated, very old machinery that we are using. We have not upgraded, although in certain areas it has been upgraded, but we cannot say thoroughly it has been upgraded. Thoroughly, it has to be upgraded. The machinery, the technology, we have to adopt the new technologies, we have to upgrade the machinery so as to come at par with the other European countries, with the other competitors. Moreover, there is very erratic power supply at many places. Because of the erratic power supply, industries cannot work, they cannot be set up everywhere. Correct? So, and moreover, the best quality yarn is the thread, cotton thread, that is produced in India, that is exported, because there is a great demand of Indian yarn outside. So it is exported to different European countries and Arab countries. Why? Because it is of a very good quality. So when our cotton textile workers, when our cotton industries, when they receive orders from the other countries, from abroad, they have to import costly yarn. This is a mismatch in the industry. This is a mismatch, and actually this is it is a misery that we have to export good quality yarn to earn foreign exchange, because India is a developing country and we need foreign exchange to import so many things. So this is a mismatch for the industry. However, after independence, and particularly after globalization, after 1991, the industries, they are working well and they are making strides in this field, and our cotton garments, cotton textiles, they are very famous outside. Correct? What we are doing? We are discussing agro-based industries, and the first industry that we discussed was cotton. Second, we will discuss about the jute industry. India stands second in the production of raw jute after Bangladesh, which was a part of India previously. So Bangladesh is number one and India stands second. Most of the jute industries are located near the Hooghly River. This is a long answer that you get in your board examination, that why most of the jute mills are located near the Hooghly River. The factors responsible are proximity to the raw materials, because Bengal is a very enhanced, it is a very important area for the production of jute, because I told you jute is grown in the renewed soil, and Hooghly River is always flooded, so renewed soil is there, and on the renewed soil everywhere jute is grown. So because of the proximity of the raw material, transportation cost is reduced. The second factor is inexpensive water. Inexpensive water supply. Water not only for transporting the jute goods, but also for the processing of jute, because lots of water is needed for the processing of jute. Thirdly, there is good network of railways, roadways and waterways. Correct? So these facilities are there, good network of railway, roadways, etc. Then lots of cheap labor is available from not only from Bengal but also from the adjoining areas of Odisha, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Lots of cheap labor to work directly and indirectly in the jute industry, it is available over there. And Kolkata, an urban center, it provides them the facility of banking, insurance, etc., consultants, etc., amusement places. And Kolkata also serves as a very good port. So even the port facilities, they are available to the jute textile industrial workers and jute textile industries. So these were the factors that why most of the jute mills have been set up near the Hooghly River. There is another thing that jute, India exports to many countries like Arab countries, United Kingdom, USA, etc. But it also faces certain challenges. The first challenge will be the same as we have discussed in cotton, use of synthetic, because previously all the jute packaging materials were there. Because synthetic fiber is quite cheaper and durable, so people have stopped using jute and they have started using synthetic. Then Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, Thailand, they are producing very good quality of jute. So we have a stiff competition with them. Although India exports jute and gunny bags, jute artifacts and raw jute to USA, Canada, Russia, United Arab Republic, UK, Australia, etc. But even then we are facing problems. And when we say that jute is considered to be the golden fiber because giving employment to so many people, if its demand reduces, what will happen to this employment? So this is a matter of concern. So recently the government has made the National Jute Policy. It was made in 2005, National Jute Policy, and according to this, again there is an opportunity for the jute growers, again there is an opportunity for the jute textile industries. When people have been awakened and awareness have been brought among them to use maximum jute and to give up the use of synthetic. Why? Because jute is a biodegradable material and it is good for health and it is eco-friendly. So again an opportunity have been created, and because of the National Jute Policy of India, and because most of the jute textile industries were concentrated near the Hooghly River, now they have been diversified. And because they have been diversified, it has brought lots of improvement in the jute production. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the further agro-based industries, in which we will discuss about sugar industries. Till then, prepare your notes, make points of all these things as I have told you, pick out 1 mark question from it. We will meet again in the next lecture. That is goodbye from me.